Hey there, my lovelies, and welcome back to Slow Damage. So, so apparently Ray's disappeared, so let's figure out where our boy's gone so that we can hopefully get to be nice. Oh yeah, last time, I believe we ran into Ray's dad at the casino. And so he's just racking up more debt for Ray to have to pay back, which is absolute garbage. Without further ado, let's go. As I lay on the sofa and listened to the drone of the TV, my phone buzzed on the coffee table. I picked it up and checked the notification. It was a message from Ray. Okay, I'm scared of you. They mess with me. They're going down. Okay, I'm going to bed. Sweet dreams. Thanks. Junko's been attacked. No, not Junko. First Arata, now Junko? No. That was his entire message. Oh, not Junko. I like Junko. I like all of them. He must have contacted Taku because I could hear a sudden commotion down on the first floor. Freaking... Oh, I like Junko. When I arrived downstairs, the waiting room lights were on. Taku looked over at me wearing his lab coat and looking frazzled.
Ah, とは。純子が怪我をしたらしくてな。今こっちに向かってるそうだ。
レイから連絡があった。襲われたんだってな。
ああ、手伝ってもらうかもしれないから待機しててくれ。
わかった。
He nodded firmly, then sped off down the hall. So I sat on the bench and waited, just as I'd been instructed. Aw, poor Ray's friend group is just having the worst freaking time, man. About 10 minutes later, I heard loud voices coming from the side entrance. Then I heard the sound of someone running, and Taku appeared in the waiting room.
とは、一緒に来てくれ。
Oh. He ran back down the hall. I rose to my feet and hurried after him. I don't want anything bad to happen to Junko. Ray was standing at the side entrance alongside Arata and Honami, who were currently supporting Junko's full weight. Honami's the only one who hasn't gotten frickin' jumped yet.
Sensei! 助けて! Junko ga!
Aw. Honami stammered, tears in their eyes.
すぐに処置室へ運ぼう。
Honami and Arata slowly eased Junko in through the door and headed to the elevator. Meanwhile, Taku, Ray, and I took the stairs up to meet them on the second floor. Oh. Wait, why couldn't we all... Was it a tiny elevator? Once they laid Junko down on the medical bed, treatment began. Junko had gone limp, and their complexion was plain. Hardly a word was spoken between us. Taku gave the orders, and we followed them. Aw. I like Junko. Please live, Junko. I don't know how bad it is. Once Junko was all patched up, the tension in the medical ward eased slightly. Junko nose sat upright with a pillow for back support, staring down at the hands laced in their lap.
大丈夫?
Ray peered cautiously at Junko, who forced a smile.
大丈夫よ.
Aww. Junko. Still look great, though.
確認のために聞きたいんだけど、純子を襲ったのはこの間の対戦相手だったのよね。
ええ、10人はいたと思う。全員黒い服を着てた。顔はよく見えなかったけど。
デスマッチエリアでやり合った連中かな。まだそうだと決まったわけじゃないけど。やっぱりあいつら。
Sorry.
桐原の仲間なのかも。
They take too long to say something and then I accidentally click. Sorry. A heavy silence followed. Aww. I was leaning against the wall watching from a distance when my phone buzzed in my pants pocket. Eiji! Hi! I pulled it out to find that Eiji was calling me. What do you want, Eiji? I gestured to Taku to let him know I was stepping out, then went out into the hall.
はい。
あ、もしもし、エイジです。
Yeah, I saw that on my caller ID.
どうした？
少し気になることがあって電話したんですけど、 前に教えた SNS ってまだ見てます？カオスゾーンって名前の。
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that.
いや、
I had stopped checking it after Kirihara's euphoric episode. Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
あの倉庫を潰してから暴行パーティーの予告が書き込まれなくなって画像も上がらなくなってたんですけど、またアップされたんです、画像が。それでどうも被害者に見覚えがある気がして、
Was it Junko probably?
もしかしたらルーストのスタッフなんじゃないかって思って連絡したんです。女装してる人で。
今治療中だ。
本当ですか？
No, I'm totally joking. No.
ってことは犯行後にすぐ画像をアップしたのか。
黒服の集団にやられたって言ってる。
うわ、もしかしたら桐原にくっついてた仲間の仕業じゃないかって思ってたんですけど、本当にそうかもしれないですね。いやー、勘弁してほしいですよね。こっちは組長のこともあってただでさえ大変なのに、これ以上面倒ごとを増やさないでほしいです。
He let out an aggravated sigh.
桐原周りは高里組の方で調べ上げてるんじゃないのか。
はい。でも組はもう桐原の件に関わらないと思います。主犯格は片付けたし、今は正直それどころじゃないですし、ガキどもの喧嘩なんてほっとけって感じです。
Granted, I could understand how the Takasato Gumi would need to focus on the increasingly pressing issue of naming a successor.
今回被害に遭われた人は本当にお気の毒だと思うんですけど、
Woo, sorry for getting that a little bit.
やっぱりルーストのスタッフだったんですね。怪我はかなりひどいんですか？
レイの時ほどじゃないし、意識もある。
Yeah, they were able to hold their own a little bit better. Then again, they probably didn't have as big of a group as Ray did, because Ray was specifically targeted by Kirihara. 'Cause he liked him.
そうですか。それならまだ良かったかな。また何か気になることがあったら連絡します。
あ、
Thanks, AG. After the phone call ended, I navigated to the chaos zone on my phone. Great, we get to go on that weird site again. Sure enough, there were violent photos uploaded to one of the chat threads, and I recognized the victim as Junko. Poor Junko. But there was something off about the photo this time around. Something different about the style. The angle, maybe? Well, it's not Kirihara anymore. That's why. He's not the leader anymore. They got a new leader. In all the past footage, the cameraman's obsession was blatantly obvious. Every shot was intensely calculated to suit his desires. But this time around, it was clear at a glance it was just a quick, thoughtless photo. Yeah, because it's not Kirihara. Were they trying to imitate Kirihara? Yes. If so, then maybe there was nothing to worry about. Sure, Ray and his friends would still be furious, but I wasn't concerned about a mere copycat group. Yeah, Kirihara got what he wanted. He got his fucking ass beat. I wedged my phone into the back pocket of my pants and returned to the medical ward. Yeah, freaking copycats. Junko's injuries were by no means immobilizing, so Taku decided to drive them home in his car. So it wasn't as bad as Arata either. Because Arata had to go to the hospital. Arata, Honami, and Rei left too, so I went back to my place and hit the sofa. You have a bed! It's right there. Go lay in your bed. It's like 10 feet away from your couch. Probably feels better too. Oh well, what do I know? The next day. I was scheduled to work that morning, so Taku came to wake me, and I somehow managed to get to my seat before the clinic opened. When I arrived on the first floor, Ray was already wandering the hall in his work clothes. But there were dark circles under his eyes, possibly from the stress of last night's attack. Yeah, I'd be pretty freaking stressed out too. Poor Ray. I love him though. Poor Ray. Ray. I was scheduled to work until 7 when Arata took over for me. After that, I went back to my apartment. I changed out of my work uniform, then flopped down on the sofa. As I listened absently to the drone of the TV, I thought back to Ray. From there, I decided to go to Roost, so I rose to my feet and pulled on my coat. Corrected expiration. Alright, let's go. Guess I could go to the nightlife district, I guess. Do-do-do. Oh! Hello, Abs. Let's talk.
よ
ああ、
I haven't aged you. Me or attached all the hip or something? Apparently spent a lot of time with them. A lot of work together, that's all. We're stuck together 24/7. Why, are you in a bad mood today? Snippy, you know what it's like, right? Because you just want to punch shit for no reason. Can't relate? Well... Oh. Brands out. You can relate to that, can't you? Yeah. Well, I'm asking, you free tonight, right now?
特には
なあ、
Wait. 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 I have a bad feeling. Okay. Okay. I really want to, but I'll save that for another time. Ron race. No. Ron race route. Ron race route. We're gonna go no.
いや
Yeah, we'll raise. Yeah, okay.
あ
Okay. But bye. We're gonna go to Roost now. Yes. I feel like something bad would have happened. Like, we would have gone a completely wrong route. We'll do that next time. I'll go back. I'll go back to that. As the cold air pierced my skin, I walked down the street until I arrived at Roost. All right. Inside, I found Ray and Honami working, plus a handful of customers. Ray had worked the morning shift with me at the clinic, then headed here right afterwards. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine doing that. I'm so tired just after one job.
ああ、
Aw.
どうは
Hi, babe. You obviously aren't doing too well. He greeted me as soon as he spotted me, but he looked unwell. As for Honami, they stood with both hands pressed to the counter, staring into space. Yeah, they've had a rough time. They've had multiple friends and themselves getting their asses beat by this group. I feel so bad for them.
今日はどうする？いつもの？
あ
And it's just because they're strong. Like, they're one of the top contenders at the deathmatch area. So of course everyone's going to try to beat the crap out of them. They want to be the best. I feel bad though. It's my whiskey. I nodded and lit a cigarette. By the time I was exhaling my first drag, a glass of amber liquid appeared before me. Whiskey again, yeah. I savored another long, slow drag, then took my glass and sipped the whiskey.
あら、
Yeah, Honami, what's up? Honami looked up and smiled at me, like they'd only just noticed I was there.
とは。いらっしゃい。
純子ちゃん、大変な目に遭っちゃったね。
Frowning, the manager sighed heavily. Yeah, they're having a heck of a year.
まさか
Or
ま
beginning of
た
the year,
うちの
she's
スタッフが襲われるなんて思ってもみなかったよ。
Yeah.
本当にね。
Weakly, Honami hung their head and stared at the floor. Don't worry, Honami, you're probably the next one on the list. You're also in the group. With no customers to wait on, Ray paced aimlessly, lost in thought.
街を管理してる連中にどうにかしてもらいたいところだけど、組長が亡くなったじゃない？
Yep, and that's why people are going even more nuts. Because the Yakuza in charge are currently have their own crap to deal with.
高里組も今は手一杯だろうし、さらに襲撃予告まであったみたいでさ。
襲撃予告？
事務所に匿名で電話がかかってきたんだって。うちによく来る組の子が言ってたよ。
Huh. I guess you told me they didn't have much room on their plates. And they were dealing with anonymous threats. Then that would certainly make sense.
ねえ、私考えたんだけど。
Honami stood beside the counter looking conflicted.
純子を襲った奴らってやっぱりデスマッチエリアであった黒服集団だと思うの。
Little losers.
エリアで喧嘩をふっかけてくるならまだしも、エリアの外で一方的に痛めつけるなんて最低じゃない。
Pathetic losers who need their friends to help them in a fight against one person.
だからみんなで仕返しっていうより復讐してやりたいんだけど、エリアの外だと黒服の奴らと変わらないじゃない。だからデスマッチエリアのゲームで復讐するのどうかしら。
Well, I mean, they have knives on them, so I mean.
デスマッチエリアの中でならゲームってことにはなるね。
でしょ？
Honami shot a hopeful look at Ray, but Ray simply shook his head sadly.
ごめん。私、それには参加できないわ。
Aww.
っていうか、しばらくデスマッチエリアには行かないと思う。
どうして？
ちょっとね。でも、正々堂々とぶちのめすのは賛成。
I think it's because he has to work more to get that debt paid off, if ever.
待ってよ。チームの中で一番強いのはレイなのよ。レイが参加できないなんて。
私だけじゃなく、みんな強いじゃない。無理だけは絶対にしないでほしいけど。あいつら、1対1じゃ刃物を振り回さないと戦えないんだから。それだけはしっかりと気をつけて。そうすれば大丈夫よ。
Or turn the knife on them.
レイ。
Honami bit back their words as they gazed at Ray. As for Ray, he was probably trying to act normal, but I could tell he was faking it. He had erected invisible walls between himself and us in order to keep something hidden. Yeah, we need to figure that out, Toa. Let's go. Honami could sense it too. They fell silent for a moment, then gathered their resolve and nodded firmly.
わかった。私たちだけでも頑張る。
Alright, we need to have a little talky talk with Ray.
ほなみ。ごめんね。でも、お願いします。
Ray bowed deeply, looking terribly guilty. Meanwhile, I watched it all out of the corner of my eye as I had my smoke. What was keeping Ray from taking part in death matches? Did it have something to do with the debt? That was the only thing I could think of that Ray would keep from his friends. Was he going to get another job to make ends meet? Maybe a job where he wasn't so proud of? Oh no, please don't tell me what I don't do what I think you're gonna do, Ray. As he paced around, the lights above made him look all the more pale. Please don't be what I think it is. Please don't be what I think it is. Please don't be what I think it is. Due to the reduced number of customers, among other things, Roos closed early that night. Ray offered to take me home on his motorcycle, so I waited for him outside. Let's just go to my place. Alright, I can go to yours. Let's go to his. After a few minutes later, Ray appeared, pushing his motorcycle out from the back. Whee! Off we go. Together we hopped on and took off into the night. Let's go to his place or mine. We need to have a little conversation. When we arrived outside the clinic, I hopped off again. I figured he would leave after that, but he killed the engine and got off. Yes! Let's go have a convo. Ray.
あのね、お願いがあるんだけど、今日ほなみが黒服の連中にデスマッチで復讐するって言ってたじゃない。
Yeah?
できれば私の代わりにチームの様子を見ててほしいの。
What? Us? I mean, we beat up Kirihara, but I don't... Are we really that good? He paused and his gaze drifted to his feet.
私本当にしばらくデスマッチには参加できなくなると思うから、結構長くかかると思う。もし面倒だったら毎回じゃなくてもいいわ。たまに様子を見に行くくらいでもいいからお願い。
He looked up at me imploringly. Desperation and urgency were written all over his face. I wasn't the type to agree to any old favor.
その前に理由を
There
話
we
せ。
go. His face stiffened.
それは
Conflicted, he furrowed his brow and averted his eyes.
ごめん、言えない。
Then I don't think I can do it. As guilty as he seemed, I could tell that he refused to budge on the subject. I gazed at his face and profile for a beat, then sighed quietly.
毎回は厳しい。気が向いたらでいいか。
But we don't like going there, do we, Toa? He looked up at me.
本当にいいの？
あ
ありがとう。
Smiling softly, he gazed back at me for a moment. So long, in fact, I got annoyed and glared at him.
あ、なんだよ。
What's on our face?
なんでもない。
You got a crush? Got a crush? Got a crush on us? So you need to start liking him back. Still smiling, he shook his head.
本当に気が向いたらでいいから。でもあの子たちのことよろしくね。
And then we never go. With that, he jumped onto his motorcycle and took off. Taillights and engine sounds faded into the night. In the end, I never did find out what he was keeping, what was keeping Ray from taking part in the death matches. But it had to be something serious. Right now, he was fighting like hell to keep it hidden. But I suspected it would all come crashing down sooner rather than later. That's too, yeah. All right, let's see. Let's go. The next day. I was scheduled to work the night shift, so I woke up in the evening. After a lazy smoke break, I got ready, then headed downstairs when the time came. At the end of the evening shift, I took her for a rata and sat down in the reception counter. As I was working, I realized I hadn't seen Ray today. At first, I thought maybe he wasn't scheduled to work today. Then I thought about what happened last night, or rather early this morning. I asked Taku, and he told me Ray had called out of work that day. Time slowly passed until 1 a.m., and the clinic was set to close. After a half-assed attempt at cleaning and organizing a reception area, I pulled out my phone. I'd received a message from Arata, of all people. I'd never given Arata my contact info. Did Ray give it to them? The message explained they were planning to go to the deathmatch area tonight. Evidently, Ray had told them I might be tagging along. Still, it still felt like a hassle, but I couldn't exactly snub Ray's desperately. I mean, we could, but with a sigh, I got ready to go, then left the building. Arata, Honami, and I all met up at the usual spot together. We headed into the deathmatch area. Ooh, looking good. As we milled around, we found an opponent to fight. The two groups squared off with each other, and a crowd of onlookers formed in a circle around them. Wait, are we fighting or are we just watching? Then the duel started and I observed from my place in the crowd while having a smoke. Okay, so we're just literally standing there. Normally, Arata and Honami could have trounced these goons, even I could tell, despite not having seen many of their fights. But tonight, the two of them were struggling. Huh. The absence of both Junko and Rei had dealt a blow to their morale. That's too bad. In the end, Arata won their fight, but Honami collapsed to the ground, breathing hard. Aw, poor Honami. As the crowd dispersed, Arata dashed over to Honami and helped them to their feet. When I walked up, Arata noticed me and smiled stiffly.
やっぱり少し調子が狂うね。
Yeah, just a little bit, guys. For ladies. Now that the fervor of the crowd had fizzled out, it was time to move on. But just then, an angry voice rang out.
くそー、やっぱり腹の虫が収まんねんだよ。
Yeah, let's leave before this person comes over here. Screaming, a man ran over and grabbed me by the collar out of nowhere. What the crap? What? I'm not even...
やだ、ドア。
Fire impact collided with my cheek. Up close, I could see the man's face was swollen. And then I realized it was the guy Arata beat in their fight.
そっちは関係ないだろう。
Arata and Honami attempted to peel the man off me, but he resisted and punched me again. It's like the guy was delirious. He was looking at me, but he wasn't really seeing me.
かな。
Just kick him in the face. After they finally pulled him off me, Honami decked him in the face. There we go. There we go. His eyes widened, his legs gave out. Evidently, the fight with Arata had used up most of his strength.
ドア、大丈夫？
I beat up Kirihara. I'm fine. Honami hastily peered at my face. Yeah, it's fine. I couldn't feel any bone fractures, but it was one hell of a punch. My mouth was bleeding. Arata laid the unconscious man onto the asphalt, then rushed over to me.
ごめんね。対戦相手に逆恨みされるのはよくあることなんだけど、まさかトアの方に行っちゃうなんて。
Yeah, to go for the one they think is the weakest, which obviously would be us.
正気じゃなかったみたいだからな。
I mean, Toa, we could have thrown him off. We've been in fights before. As I spoke, I looked over at the guy on the ground. Likewise, Arata followed my gaze and fell silent in contemplation.
あのね、
Yes. After a pause, they spoke up.
レイのことなんだけど、デスマッチに参加できない理由って聞いてる？
No, but we didn't exactly press him about it.
いや。
そっか。
Nodding quietly, Arata stared at their feet.
昨日のレイの様子が少しおかしいっていうのは気づいてたんだ。誰と話しても上の空だし、急に黙って考え込んだりするし。でも、私もホナミもレイを信頼してるから、必要以上に詮索することはしなかった。それは今もそう。何か言えないような事情があるんだろうって思ってる。
So do you want me to go pester him?
それでも、レイが私たちのことをトアに託したのは、本当に心配してくれてるからだろうし、トアを信頼してるからなんだよね。だから、レイのこと、よろしくお願いします。
Okay.
トアにとっては、私たちとレイの両方から押し付けられてるように感じるかもしれないけど、もしレイから連絡があったら、助けてあげてほしい。
Okay, fine. Arata bowed to me deeply in a show of sincerity. In response, I nodded slightly, then smiled back. They smiled back, relieved. Normally, I wouldn't stick my nose into other people's business, but it was clear this meant a lot to them, so I couldn't say no. I mean, we could, but we're not, not as douchey as we seemed to be at the beginning. Besides, I was concerned about Ray myself. Yeah, we need to go talk to him. After that, we decided to call it a night. The three of us left the deathmatch area. Am I gonna get jumped again? After we all parted ways, I was walking home having a smoke. No one else was out on the street, and there were barely any cars. Then I heard a sound of an engine approaching from up ahead. The sound grew louder and louder until eventually two round headlights appeared in the darkness. Am I gonna get hit by a car? Ah! No, I'm gonna get jumped again. White van faintly came into view. Behind them, it drove up to me and stopped short. The windows were all tinted, so I couldn't see inside. I'm getting kidnapped again. Oh, God. Not again. I stopped walking, and the passenger side window rolled down. Oh, God. Please be the Yakuza.
父さん、こ
Oh,
んば
thank
んは。
goodness. It is Yakuza. Hi, Eiji. See, on the other side was Eiji. Then his bright smile shifted into a look of alarm.
その顔どうしたんですか？喧嘩ですか？
Yeah.
まあな。そっちは。
仕事です。今すっごい人手不足で僕まで借り出されちゃいまして、荷物運びをやらされてるんですよ。
I like him. Eiji is totally the dude I'd chill with in that trio. Shot me a meaningful smirk.
何しろ借金が返済できなくて行き詰まった置物がこの町にはたくさんありますから。暖かくなる前に処理しちゃわないとたまる一方ですからね。
By dead weight, he meant debtors that were left with no choice but to pay their debts with their lives. So if Eiji was doing cargo transport, then that van was probably full of dead weight. Ew, it must reek in there.
それじゃそろそろ行きますね。トアさん、また。
Bye, Eiji. With that, he rolled down his window and the van drove off into the darkness. Dead weight. Just then, Ray's father came to mind. Just sell him for parts. Seeing as he kept failing to make payments, chances were high he might end up in that van too. After all, the possibility of recovering for a gambling addict that far into debt is next to nil. And yet Ray was trying to shoulder his father's burden nonetheless. Because Ray's a good person who lives here for some reason. He said that if he refused to pay the debt, his father would be killed. So why wouldn't he just let it happen? Yeah, you and me, Toa. Same brainwave with this. Just let that happen. If he hated his father so much, then why help him at all? Was it because they were family? Because they were father and son? In my case, my father was a stranger. I couldn't even remember my mother, so Ray's viewpoint made zero sense to me. Why would he make this sacrifice? Honestly, I have a good relationship with my parents, but like if I hadn't and one of them did this crap, I'd be like, you know what? Screw them. I'm not. No. But then again, I was told I have a giant block of ice where my heart should be, so who knows? As the clinic building came into view, I spotted someone standing in front of the entrance. Is it Ray? I could see their faint silhouette illuminated by the glow of the street lamps, but their back was turned, so I couldn't see their face. Cautiously, I approached. Is it Oddish or is it Ray? The figure was staring down at the ground, and they didn't seem to notice me. Eventually, I got close enough to realize who it was. Ray?
Oi.
Figure, Ray, slowly turned. Oh, hi! And a moment later, I sucked in a breath. Why is he so angry? Why are you angry? I like his hair down, though. It looks great. His eyes were as sharp as knives. What is he doing? And he has blood on him. What have you been doing, Ray? Like two hot pokers, they bored into me. The same eyes I'd given him in my drawing. The thought sent goosebumps prickling up my arms. Oh, now he's all sunny happy. When he realized it was me, he smiled in relief. Oh, he was all super intense until he saw us, or Toa. How cute!
なんだ
Hi, now you're all sunshine and happy. Aw, he's so adorable. The sharp petting energy vanished and he was back to his usual self. But my heart was still racing 100 miles in a minute. His pointed gaze had burned itself into my retina. He looked at my face and frowned.
その顔殴られたの
Yes.
もしかしてデスマッチで
He kind of got jumped a little bit.
巻き込まれた。
嫌だ
Hey, you wanted us to go, so we did. His frown deepened as he pressed a hand to his mouth. Then I noticed his face and had fresh bruises too.
そっちこそ喧嘩でもしてきたのか。
I love that jacket and that fit on him though. He looks so good. At this, he averted his eyes. I can still see the bruises if you don't look at me.
揉めちゃってそれよりとはごめんねまさか巻き込まれるなんて 確かにあの場所では何があってもおかしくないんだけど。
What
今
happened?
さら怪我の一つや二つ増えたところでな。
He smiled at me in exasperation. Yeah. Just then I noticed his gaze was wavering. He seemed somewhat restless. Either that, or he was just that tired.
喧嘩の後、肉は食べに行かなかったのか。
え？
肉を食べないと発散できないんだろ。
Sorry. Only then did he realize what I was getting at. He looked away innocently.
うん。まあ、一人でお肉を食べようって気分にもならなくて。っていうか、もやもやしてるのわかる？
Are you working for the Yakuza, like killing people to pay off the debt?
あ
やだ。バレてる。とわって意外と人のこと見てるわよね。
Not really. Smiling shyly, he continued to fidget with his hands like he was on edge. I watched him for a moment and then spoke up.
抜いてやろうか。
Why is that always the first thing you go to, Toa? Oh my gosh. Oh. Are you gonna say yes this time, Ray? He whipped his head up to look at me. His cheeks steadily flushed redder and redder.
またそれ言う？前から言ってるけど、そんなんじゃないって。
Are you sure? Are you 100% sure?
興奮と食欲はつながってるって言ってたよな。でも食欲の発散もしてないんだ。
Toa, don't be using logic against this poor boy. Based on his previous reactions, I expected him to blow up at me. But surprisingly enough, all he did was blush and glare at me.
抜いてやるよ。
Just, Toa, please. Please, Toa. You have no, like... Oh, blushing even more furiously, he opened and closed his mouth like a goldfish.
ただ処理するだけだし、そんなに恥ずかしがることでもない。
Oh, Toa.
恥ずかしがるに決まってるじゃない。何言ってるのよ。
How are you friends with us and not understand how we talk?
ついてるもんは同じだ。
Oh. Oh, Toa. Trembling with rage, he glared at me sharply. And yet, I didn't sense any disgust towards the idea itself. I would have seen his smoke shift, but it didn't. I donned a provocative smile and jerked my chin in the direction of the clinic.
いや、来いよ。
Do it! Do it! Do it! Come on, Ray, let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Would he actually come with me? Maybe not. That was fine by me. Either way, it's funny. Without waiting for his response, I turned on my heel and headed into the building. Do it and you're cool. You're cool. Come on, Ray. On the first floor, the lights were all off. Evidently, Taku had gone home. Yeah? Come on. No one's here. Is he actually coming with me? Ray ended up tagging along with me. Oh. We walked through the darkened lobby and hallway. Then took the elevator up to the third floor. You gonna actually do this? I walked into the room, switched on the TV in place of the lights, and tossed my coat over the back of the sofa. But Ray hung back near the door like he wasn't sure what he was supposed to do.
入れよ。
You've already been in here. Come on, let's go.
でも。
Come on. We invited you up. He looked at me perplexed. I strode over to him and led him in. Or leaned in, sorry. Reflectively, he recoiled, put my hands on his shoulders, and pushed him back even further. Be aggressive. Now I had him up against the wall. I'm gonna freak out, I just know it. And I pressed my hand to the wall, boxing him in and gazed deeply into his eyes. Illuminated by the pale light of the TV, Ray's eyes looked as though they had lost all color.
でも、何？
Quietly, I prompted him to continue.
だって、あのまま帰るのも変かなって思って。それで、ついてきただけだし。
Sure. Whatever you say, Ray.
なら、帰るか。 嫌なら帰れ。
Oh. I whispered in his ear and then grabbed his arm. Sucking in the breath, he tried to pry my hand off. Then I grabbed his other hand, lacing my fingers with his. I stared deeply into his eyes without breaking eye contact, without even blinking. Under my direct gaze, most people faltered and averted their eyes. I took this as a sign that I had triumphed over them. By making the first move, I can control the flow of events. Are we at power bottom? That would be awesome. Naturally, Ray was no exception, and now he was mine. We're so freaking... Oh, Toa! Let's do this. Under my gaze, he let out a shaky breath. With my fingers still laced between his, I slowly sank to my knees. Ooh.
Toa!
Hey! Now with his crouch right in front of my face, it was obvious what I was planning to do. Oh. Should I disappear? I think I might disappear. Smiling faintly, I looked up at him as I roughly unbuckled his belt with one hand. Ooh, skills. He really didn't want this. He could always shove me away. It would be all too easy for a tough guy like him. But I was confident he wouldn't. Even after I unbuttoned and unzipped his pants, he remained frozen in place. I could hear his barely suppressed breathing from overhead. I tried to get a look at him, but he had pressed the back of his hand over his mouth, so I couldn't see much save for the rapid rise and fall of his chest.
よかっただろう。
あんたって本当にもう最低の最悪よ。
ひどい言われようだな。
最低最低よ。
顔の怪我の理由は父親か。
Well then. That was a thing. Oh, don't be shy, Ray. Okay, let's go. The embarrassed panic faded from his face and his expression clouded over.
いいでしょう。何でも。
Muttering to himself, he pulled away from the wall he was leaning against.
もし誰かに私の怪我のことを聞かれても何も言わないで。
Ah, so we were right. Well, that's too bad. With that quiet request, he headed for the door. Bye, I guess. Then, with one final look over his shoulder at me, he left the room without another word. I lit a cigarette and flopped down on my back on the sofa. The smoke made me squint. Last time I made that suggestion, he shot me down, so I backed down. If he had shot me down this time, I would have backed down again. But he didn't. Judging from the bruises on his face, among other things, Ray was having a really rough time. But most of all, I could see it in his eyes. A sharp look in his eyes prior to the moment he recognized me. Those were the eyes of someone who had lost all hope. Aww. Poor Ray. Ray was suffering in silence, trying to hide something from the rest of us. It probably has something to do with his dad's debt, and now his life is spiraling out of control. So what was his next move? I took a long deep drag, and slowly exhaled the cigarette smoke. Oh, poor baby. Poor thing. Having a hard time with his crappy dad. After Taku woke me for my morning shift, I saw the news. Another assault had taken place. Perpetrators were reportedly a group wearing all black. Kirihara, you should have got more control of these guys. It happened outside of the deathmatch area, and the victim was sent to Takanokochi Medical Office. It was the same group that jumped Junko? It's hard to say since this kind of thing happens so often. Yeah, stupid. Woo! That scene, man. Oops. Wrong button. I got dressed and headed down to the first floor and unlocked the front door. I removed the close sign from the doorknob and took my seat at the reception counter. Whew, well, at least we know we're getting close to the end if we got that scene. A queue of patients filed in from outside, placing their insurance cards into the basket on the counter. Oh, it's Ray's dad. I looked over to find a man with bad posture standing at the counter, smiling hesitantly. It was a man from the casino.
ここに泉というスタッフはいますか?
Izumi Ray's surname. Sure enough, this man was Ray's father. Instantly, the memories came flooding back. When we were at that classy hotel for the dessert buffet, we saw him playing slots in the casino. Yeah, and he's losing more money that Ray has to pay back. With sunken eyes and hollow cheeks, not even a forced smile could conceal his sneaky vibes. Douchebag. The smoke was like paint water, dark, muddy, and brown. Back at the hotel, Ray took one look at this man and ran out. Now my suspicions were confirmed.
泉は休みです。どういったご用件でしょう?
I decided to dig a little, so I responded in my most professional voice.
私、泉の父親なんですが。
With a obsequious smile? I don't know that word. Smile plastered on his face, Ray's father continued.
どうしても息子と話したくてですね。いろいろと探してみたら、ここで働いていることを知りまして。すみませんが、息子に連絡をして、今すぐ呼んでもらえませんかね。
How about no?
お父さんから連絡した方がいいんじゃないですか?
Exactly.
それがお恥ずかしいことに連絡先がわからなくてですね。どうにかお願いできませんかね。
At least in the US, it is illegal to give out any employees' information to anyone, even if they are family or whatever. You cannot give out any personal information about the employee. You cannot make phone calls. I mean, I guess they could call them if they, like the boss could, but they can't give you, it's illegal for your employer to give out your phone number or anything. Even if the person says that they're your dad. You're like, no. We had that happen at one of my jobs. And then we called the person in the back office where the guy was, and they're like, oh, no, don't let them know. And they're like, okay. Evidently, he had no intention of backing down. Meanwhile, the patients were starting to stare at us. I could already tell this conversation was only going to go in circles. Frankly, I was more interested in what exactly he wanted to say to Ray.
院長に確認しますので、少々お待ちください。
Then I picked up the phone and called the exam room. Just tell him no. Yeah, just tell him no, get lost. It's just like, well, if your kid wanted to talk to you, he would. When I explained the situation to Taku, he told me to have him come back at lunchtime. Ray's father readily agreed, and as promised, returned to the clinic at the specified time. When he arrived, the waiting room was devoid of patients. Instead, he came face to face with me and Taku. Also present were Honami and Junko, the latter of whom had arrived just prior to lunchtime for their checkup. The sheer number of people seemed to intimidate Ray's father, who shrank further into himself and peeked around the room. Yeah, when you have that many people who could beat your ass.
方々は
We work here?
息子さんの友人です。
それで息子は
We don't know.
一応連絡はしたんですが、会いたくないと。
As Taku explained awkwardly, Ray's father sighed and slumped his shoulders.
そうですか。
ずっと会ってなかったそうですが、今回はどういった要件で？
いや、もう息子から聞いてるかもしれませんが、私の方でちょっと借りた金が返せなくなりましてね。
You forced a debt on him, like you lied.
それを息子が払ってくれることになったものですから、そのことで。
The corners of Taku's mouth twitched.
息子さんは気がついたら一方的に借金の返済を肩代わりさせられることになっていたと言ってましたが。
Exactly.
ちょっと、それどういうこと？
You're gonna get jumped, man, in the medical ward.
一方的にってどういうことよ？
This was news to Junko and Honami, who squinted dubiously. Oh yeah, we're not supposed to tell them about that. Oops.
親子ですから血がつながってるわけですし、やっぱり家族に何か起きたら助け合うべきだと思うんですよ。
Yeah, you can ask, but they have every right to say no. You can't force it on them.
しかも私、父親ですから。
This man is pissing me off. I don't like him. You can't, just because someone's your family doesn't mean you can force them to do things like this.
は？
You're like, oh, we're family. Like, so what? So what? I don't have to do jack squat for you if I don't want to. Same vice versa. You don't have to do anything for me if I don't, you know? At this, Junko and Honami scowled. Likewise, Taku's expression hardened. Evidently, the guy didn't feel remotely guilty about dumping his debt on his son. If anything, he seemed to feel entitled to it. I freaking hate that. Hate that.
それで、借金っていくらなの？
It's a crazy amount. He's still gambling.
3億です。
Oh.
冗談でしょ？
Oh.
3億？それレイが全部払うってこと？
ですから親子で助け合っていこうとは思ってますよ。
So never.
もちろん私も少しずつ返していきますし。
カジノ通いがやめられなくて返済できてないって聞いてるけど。
Yeah, we're like, we know we used to be part of the gang. We know what they're talking about.
そこまでご存知なんですか。いや、お恥ずかしい限りで。習慣というものは変えるのがなかなか難しくてですね。
This man. Little pathetic cockroach. He scratched the back of his head and smiled stiffly. Freaking. Ugh.
最低。真面目に返す気なんて全然ないのね。
Girl, kick his ass. Well, he won't say anything.
レイに払わせるのが目的なんでしょ。
そこまでは自分で返せる分は返そうと思ってますよ。
So nothing.
こいつ。
Yeah. Kick his ass. Do it. Do it, Honami and Junko. Do it. Do it. His half-hearted answers were starting to wear on everyone's patience. The smoke rising from Honami and Junko began to sway ominously. Do it. Break his arm.
閉めていい。最低なんだけどこの男。
We need to sell him to the gang for body parts.
落ち着け。
Oh, we'll do it for Ray. We'll take his corpse to them and be like, hey.
落ち着けるわけないでしょ。こんなのと血がつながってるなんてレイがかわいそう。だからレイは縁を切ったのね。よーくわかったわ。
I feel so bad for Ray.
借金は全部自分で返しなさいよ。金輪際レイに関わらないで。レイのことは赤の他人だと思ってちょうだい。
Yes.
いや、それこそ赤の他人に息子のことで口出しされてもね。
Oh, go to hell, dude. Oh my gosh.
この
Yeah. Junko looked like they were ready to deck him. Taku hastily raised both hands to stop them. No, just let him do it. Let him do it. Let him do it.
ここは病院だ。どんな理由であれ、手を挙げることは許さんぞ。
Beat the crap out of him and then fix him up and take him to the taco, whatever, the Yakuza and sell him for parts.
でも
Problem solved. Again, Taku stopped them. Then he turned and fixed Ray's father with a stern look.
泉さん、あなたがどのように思っていようと、息子さんはあなたに会いたくないと言ってます。
Shoo.
なので、連絡先を教えることはできません。
父親なのに
It's illegal.
ですか？
Don't care.
はい。その代わり、そちらの連絡先を教えていただけますか？もし何かあったらご連絡しますから。
Why do you even want to see him in the first place?
それなら構いませんよ。
Ray's father pulled out his cell phone and traded numbers with Taku.
では、午後の診療もありますので、今日のところは。
Get lost.
はい、お邪魔しました。皆さん、息子のお知り合いなんですよね。
None of your damn business. Get out.
いろいろと問題があるというか、出来の悪い息子ですが、これからもよろしくお願いします。
Screw off, dude. Go. Go. Shoo. Shoo.
では、私はこれで。
I didn't even dislike Kirihara as much as I dislike this guy.
泉さん、
Shoo. As he bowed and turned to leave, Taku stopped him.
今一度自分のこれまでの行いを振り返った方がいいと思いますよ。
He's a sleazebag. He's not going to.
はあ。
That stupid little ugly face. With an uncautious smile. Is that the right word? Whatever. Ray's father walked out. I swear English is my first language.
ちょっともう本当になんだろ
Oh, I love you, Junko. The instant the door shut, Junko started screaming like they couldn't take it anymore. Yeah, I get it.
本当になんであの最低男がレイの父親なの信じらんない
Aw, Honami.
だって3億ってそれをレイが肩代わりどうしてそんなことってあるの許されるの
Because of where... You guys go to frickin' fist fights every night. How... Of course it's legal here.
ここじゃ高里組そのものがルールだからな。奴らは金さえ戻ってくれば
What we need to
何でもいいん
do...
だ。
What we need to do... Honami, Junko, what we need to do... is we need to follow the man into a back alley. Knock him out or kill him. Either way. Whichever is easier. Take him to the Takasato Gumi and have them cut him open for parts for the black market. Problem solved. That's what we should do. Everyone okay? I mean, Taku can slice him up and we could sell the parts that way. Right? Let's do it. Yeah, plan. Let's go. I mean, they're gonna do it anyway. Let's do it. Taku muttered bitterly while the other two raged.
でもそれじゃレイがあんまりじゃない
Yeah,
レイは
no.
父親とは縁を切ったって言ってたのによりにもよってこんな形で
Ray didn't want to see his dad in the first place.
やだなんだか泣けてきちゃう
Oh, then just cry, Honami.
やめてよ私までもらい泣きしちゃうでしょもうどうしてレイばっかり嫌な目に遭うのよ
I freaking love these two. I love Ray's...
私の怪我だって犬に噛まれたようなもんじゃない
Chico's fantastic. Oh my gosh. I love this friend group. They're so awesome. Their fury turned into sorrow. And they both burst into tears. Taku clapped his hands together to get everyone's attention. I freaking love Ray's friends. They're the best. Oh my gosh.
ほらほら、もう午後の診療が始まるぞ。
I love them.
先生は悲しくないのレイがこんなことになって
Junko, you're just the best. Oh, she's so... Oh, Junko, there. You're so... Oh.
悲しいに決まってるだろう。それに、一番辛いのは俺たちじゃなくて、レイだ。
Oh, I love them. You're awesome. Are the Shunko Honami's tears dried?
そうよね。
Oh, yeah.
一番辛いのはレイなのよね。
Mm.
私たちが大泣きしたって何の意味もないのよね。
Yeah, you'll ruin your beautiful makeup, Honami.
レイが何も言ってこない限り、今まで通りでいた方がいい。多分な。
Oh.
わかった。そうする。
Sniffing Junko and left the building, and Honami headed down the hall to get things prepped for reopening. That was just the two of us. Taku started to say something to me, but ultimately went back to the exam room without another word. Huh. In the end, I never went to Roost that night. Instead, I went back to my apartment and drank alone. I would have gone to Roost. Ray's father is a douchebag. Can we just jump him and sell him for parts? Like, I'll contact Kotaro and AG, be like, hey, here's the deal. Let's just do it. I totally would have just taken the easy route and just be like, yeah, we're just gonna kill him. Is that our dad? Kind of looks like him. That night I had a dream. Not a nightmare, but a dream about my father. Oh, it is his dad. Okay. His face was too blurry to see clearly, but I knew it was him. Honestly, I could count the number of times he'd spoken on one hand. My dream was centered on the memory of one of those times. Couldn't be sure when or where it took place. My father was talking to me with a hard look on his face. I didn't understand. I couldn't hear a word he was saying, just silence. Huh. But when I tried to explain, he turned and left without waiting for a response. My dad had never given a shit about me. That's why I couldn't remember what he looked like. That's too bad. Then I sensed a presence and looked over to find his silhouette standing there again. Next to him was a small figure. Your mom? The small shadow was blurry like watercolor paint, and it was hard to distinguish any human features. Was it mom? Was it your mom? But when I tried to get a better look, fear suddenly set in. Don't. Is that the mom? I still don't know what the pocket watch is. I mean, he mentioned the pocket watch at the beginning, but it doesn't seem to play an effect on anything. Besides, like, aesthetic-y things for, like, gameplay. Uh-oh, we okay? We having a panic attack? What are we doing? We okay? I stepped up and I pushed myself up from the sofa. My heart was beating unnaturally fast. That wasn't my usual nightmare, but it was still an unpleasant dream. Are we having a heart attack? Calm down. As I gasped for breath, I pressed a hand on my forehead. As my pulse slowed, it showed the sound of newscaster on TV slowly. Okay, so it was a panic attack. All right. Exhaling heavily, I reached out and grabbed my pack of smokes off the coffee table. News was covering an attack at Takasato HQ. Apparently, there were fatalities and it wasn't clear whether all of the executives were alive. Oh. Okay, well. As long as AG and the crew are okay. Come to think of it, the Roost manager had mentioned that the Takasato Gumi had received an anonymous threat. I keep going over slightly. It goes... Okay. What even is this? I get it. Oh, these are my little word things that I picked up from people. Okay. Get me out of here. I lit my cigarette and watched some TV for a while. Then my phone started to buzz on the edge of the sofa. What's up, Taku? Call from Taku. Okay. Alright. With that, he promptly hung up. Yeah, I mean, the HQ got attacked, so of course we're gonna get some gangsters. After I crushed my newly lit cigarette in the ashtray, I rose from my feet and got dressed and left. When I arrived at the medical ward on the second floor, I found the beds filled with patients. Yep, gonna be those, gang members. One sat in a chair while Taku administered first aid. When I walked in, he looked up from his work.
急に呼び出してすまんな。
Yeah.
高里組の本部が襲われたって話聞いたか？
I kind of figured it'd be a busy day.
大量の怪我人が出て、うちも可能な範囲で対応することになったんだが。 レイと連絡が取れない。
Should I go to his house?
ホナミたちには連絡してこっちに向かってもらってる。
Should we go to his house?
とは悪いんだ
Oh,
が、
there we go. Okay.
レイの家に行って様子を見てきてくれないか。
Okay.
昨日のこともあったから少し心配でな。
It's gonna take us a while if he, rides his bike here. Yesterday, Taku had called Ray to tell him that his father had showed up at the clinic. Yeah, he might be trying not to come here because his dad knows he works here now. I don't know how. Naturally, Ray refused to meet with him. Under normal circumstances, it would be no big deal, but right now, he wasn't the most emotionally stable. Chances were high he was stressed to hell.
わかった。
Alright, I wonder if we're gonna have another scene. Oh my gosh. I nodded and Taku smiled relieved. Alright, let's go check on our boy. After that, I left the building and headed to Ray's place. It's gonna take us a long time to get there. Arriving at the condo building, I unlocked the door and went in. Wait, we know the combo? Oh, right! Us being overly, observant. I remembered the password from watching Ray punch it in last time. See, I would always change my passcode every time I invited someone over. They looked at it. Then I took the elevator to the 6th floor and walked to room 606. I rang the doorbell, but there was no response. So I pulled out my phone, called his number, and pressed an ear to the door. Yep, see if it's there. I let it ring for quite a while, but I didn't hear any sounds from inside. Thus, I determined that he probably wasn't home. I shot him a quick message asking him where he was. Pick the lock. Let's pick the lock. All that remained was to comb through his usual haunts one by one. With a small sigh, I headed back to the elevator. No, we should pick the lock. Broken into his apartment. As I was walking down Cove Street, I spotted Eiichi standing on the sidewalk playing with his phone. Hi, Eiichi.
父さん
Hi. Rockin' to this music. Spotted me and smiled.
事務所が襲われたらしいな。
そうなんですよ。もう大変なことになっちゃって。今情報収集しながら各所へ連絡を入れてました。あ、榊さんと遠野さんは無事です。
Oh, cool.
どうも2人を狙っての襲撃だったみたいなんですけど、失敗ですね。
Oh, sorry, reading signs.
トアさんはこれからどこかへお出かけですか？
レイを探してる。
レイさん？
You blinked at me in surprise.
どうかしたんですか？
I don't know, you guys like have 3 whatever crap ton of debt on him.
連絡がつかないし、家にもいない。
Of course he's not doing well.
あらら。そういえばお父さんの借金を肩代わりするとかなんとかって聞きましたけど。
His brain caught up.
レイは父親を嫌ってる。だから借金を肩代わりする話も嫌がってる。
There's 2 karaoke places across the street from each other. Sorry.
そりゃそうですよね。僕だってたとえ肉親だろうと借金の肩代わりは嫌ですもん。しかも借金って結構な額でしたよね。
He should just sell
レイ
his
さん、
father.
追い詰められてる感じでした？
あ
だとしたらもしかするとあれに借り出されてるかもしれませんね。
What did we do? You shot me a meaningful look. What did you guys do?
あれ
What did you do? At this, he beckoned me over with one finger.
あのですね。
Oh, tell me the scoop, Eiji. He leaned in and he started to whisper.
公にはしてないんですが、実は高里組がひっそり行ってる賭け試合があるんです。
賭け試合？
はい。マネーマッチって言ってデスマッチの仲間みたいなものなんですけど、マネーマッチの方は観客が金をかけるんです。勝てば出場者には賞金が出ます。
Loser
で
die.
ももし負けたら
Like a gladiator.
その時は死が待ってます。マネーマッチがデスマッチと大きく違うのは金銭と生死が密接に絡んでいるところです。
Ooh. Cage match. Dead people. I remember the mystery bruises on Ray's face. Yep, that sounds like
デス
something
マッ
Ray
チ
would
で
do.
有名になると高里組にスカウトされるって話知ってますか？
ああ、
Yeah. Even with a criminal record, if you made it into the all-powerful Takasada Gumi, you're set for the foreseeable future. They're Yakuza! You're gonna have a record as a Yakuza. Thus, a fair number of fighters took part, hoping to get recruited.
あの話、半分は本当ですけど、半分は嘘なんです。デスマッチでスカウトされても、マネーマッチへ流される方が多いんですよ、実は。負けたら死ぬ試合なんて、普通に参加者を募集しても集まらないに決まってますし。まあ、勝てば賞金がもらえるんですけどね。だから、追い詰められた負債者が出ることはよくあります。借金返済をかけて。
AG shrugged casually.
お前が車で運んでた荷物の中にもいたのか？
The dead people from the money matches?
何がですか？
マネーマッチの元参加者。
He caught my drift and his lip curled into a smile.
さあ。
Oh, AG, I could be your friend. Let's be besties. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Oh. Bye. After that, I parted ways with AG and went back to searching Cole Street, but couldn't find Ray anywhere. Mito. So I like that song. Every time we come to Ghost Street, I'm like, the Mito song. Right around the next time I was thinking of heading back to the clinic, I got a message from Taku asking for an update. I explained that Ray wasn't at his condo since it was lunchtime. Back at the clinic, we decided to continue the conversation over a meal. They didn't even go to Roost. Well, Roost wouldn't be open. It's closed, huh? Yanagawa Cafe. Hey, we're gonna get honey toast. Arriving at Yanagawa Cafe, I met up with Taku. After we were seated, we ordered the honey toast. Yeah. Oh. So I am making this tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm gonna be using so much. So what I did was I didn't get like the super uber thick stuff like that. I'm just gonna stack 2 Texas toasts on top of each other. But oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'll let you know how it goes because it looks delish. It just kind of looks like French toast, but I love French toast, so let's do this. He grumbled to himself as he tore into his honey toast like a starving animal. Oh, I'm so excited. I could tell he wasn't angry so much as worried. His smoke didn't shift. When you're stressed out, you don't think rationally.
そうだな。
Lazily, I cut up my toast and plopped a bite in my mouth.
レイは父親のことをかなり嫌ってるようだな。まあ、あの親父じゃ仕方がないような気もするが。
I keep smacking my mic, sorry. Taku slurped his coffee and then let out a melancholy sigh.
ひょっとして、レイは俺たちが考えてる以上に思い詰めてるのかもしれんな。あいつが落ち込んだ時どうするのか、どこへ行くのか。長い付き合いなのに何も知らない。
Well, like I said, I would just be
今
like...
回初めてそういうことに気づかされたよ。
I swallowed my bite of toast and dropped my fork onto the plate. Then I grabbed my mug of coffee and took a sip.
マネーマッチって知ってるか？
マネーマッチ？なんだそれは。
Apparently not.
高里組が秘密裏に行っている掛け試合で、出場者が勝てば賞金が手に入る。ただし、負けたら死ぬ。
It's just a funner way to say gladiator fights. Well, I think gladiator fights would be more fun, but it's more fun when I say it, but...
そんな試合に進んで出るやつなんていないから、後がない負債者が出場することが多いらしい。
So Ray kind of has a hand up on that because he's an actual fighter. I doubt that most of the debtors would be fighters. They're all probably going to be like his dad.
レイがそれに出てるんじゃないかってことか。
Yeah.
ああ。
誰がそんなこと？
Eiji, of course.
エイジだ。
Dude, did you forget I was the son of the head of the Takasado Gumi and I was part of it? I have connections in there still, man. And Sakaki likes me, apparently. My mom, you know? I still have a feeling that Sakaki is actually his real dad and that she just pretended to sleep with the old man. I don't know. Taku stuffed a big piece of toast into his mouth and chewed pensively for a while, gazing at his hands. Which is why, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting a little too, conspiracy theoristy.
だとしたら相当まずいな。今すぐにでもレイを探し出して止めないと。エイジに探ってもらうことはできないのか？
I doubt it.
聞いてみる。
I don't know.
頼む。俺もできる限り探してみる。
ああ。
Nodding, I started to light a cigarette, then I noticed him staring at me with a grave expression on his face. Right, he quit. Don't light one up.
なんだよ。
いや、前にも聞いたと思うが、お前、霊が危ないって時でも、やっぱり焦るような気持ちにはならないのか？
I took a drag, then exhaled slowly. Those stools looked super comfy.
見殺しにする気はない。
いや、それは分かってるんだがな。もっとこう、なんつうか、今すぐ助けたいみたいな気持ちはないのか？霊はマネーマッチなんて危険なものに参加してるかもしれないんだぞ。
Well, I mean...
あいつが何も言わないからな。
どういうことだ？
レイが俺たちに助けてほしいと思ってるのかどうかわからないだろ。
People can't help if you don't ask. So how would they know if you want help or not?
助けられたくないってことはないだろう。身に覚えのない借金を背負わされた上に命までかけることになっちまってるんだぞ。
だとしても本人の口から聞かない限りわからない。
Some people, their pride would get in their way and they'd get really angry if you tried to help them. Which sucks.
お前。
He furrowed his brow and shot me a disapproving look.
例の性格を考えればわかるだろう。周りに迷惑をかけたくないとか、そういう理由で話さないに決まってる。
それも本人の選択だ。仮に俺たちが強引に介入したとして、レイが嫌がったら、迷惑をかけたくないってのはそういうことだろう。
Kind of agreeing with Toa on this one.
じゃあ、お前はレイを助けるつもりはないってことなんだな。
Didn't exactly say that, though.
レイが望むなら助ける。
Oh, we could... I mean, we already gave him a blowy, so, I mean... help him in that sense, I guess.
なるほどな。ユーフォリアらしい答えだ。
Mm-hmm. His lips curled in a sarcastic sneer. Yeah, he's not exactly happy with us. I'm not exactly... I mean, I get it. He closed his eyes to let out a heavy sigh and looked back at me.
とにかく、レイと話さないことには始まらん。レイを探すぞ。いいな。
Okay. I nodded, squinting and took a drag. Rather do that than go to work. Rather be looking for frickin' Toa forever. Or not Toa, Ray. See, I'm just bad with names and crap. Late that night. I was lying on the sofa at my place having a smoke when my phone started buzzing on the coffee table. Is it Ray? I reached out, picked it up, and looked at the screen. The name I saw there made me bolt upright on reflex. It was a message from Ray. Yes! Ray, what are you doing? Where are you with them? An alley at Coast Street. I'm heading there right now. Let me patching them up at them. Okay. Can you come over right now? Yes. That was the entire message. I thought he hated us. Oh, the shy little one. The shy boy. Shy man. I got it, pulled my coat on my coat and left the building. Where were you hiding, Ray? Then I walked through the night to Ray's condo building. When I arrived, I followed the same steps as earlier that day, or more accurately, the day before, to let myself inside. Is he busted up again? He's probably busted up again. I took the elevator to the 6th floor. I walked to room 606. I rang the doorbell, then waited. I heard the sound of the door unlocking. It didn't open. I opened the door and went in. No sign of him. Is this a ghost? It's gonna turn into a horror game? Ray. Lights were off in the hallway. I heard a door shut quietly on the other end. What is going on? Locking the front door behind me, I stepped out of my shoes and headed down the hall. Ray. When I stepped into the dimly lit living room, I found Ray standing there. He stared at the floor, frozen stiff like a child awaiting punishment. His face was concealed in shadow, but upon closer inspection, I could tell it was swollen. You got... Oh, boy. You're all sorts of covered in bruises. Oh. His entire vibe was more aggressive than usual. His smoke twitched and changed colors restlessly. Oh.
昼、部屋に来たの、
Yes?
とわでしょ？
Doing okay. The question was quiet and sudden. His voice was hoarse, like he hadn't spoken a word in days.
中にいたのか。
Of course he was. That's why we need to unlock the door.
携帯電話も切って、ずっと引きこもってた。
That's what I kind of figured he was doing. I was like, he probably had his phone on silent. And he was just hiding. Ray. Seriously?
何があった？
Oh, I'm all sniffly. He bit his lip, then forced his mouth open as if to cough up the words he lodged in the back of his throat.
デスマッチに行けなくなるってみんなに言った後ね。私、
No.
会いに行こうとしたの。父親に。でも、やっぱりできなくて。
Oh.
それで、気がついたらいつの間にかクリニックの前に立ってたの。私、何やってるんだろうって思って。そしたら、トワが来て、トワの顔見たら、少し、落ち着いて。
We need to give him a hug. He needs a hug. Summoning all his resolve, he looked up at me. His face crumpled like he was on the verge of tears, twisting his fresh wounds.
ね、トワ、みんなのこと見ててほしいっていう私のお願い。聞いてくれてありがとね。
Give him a
本
hug.
当に。ありがとう。
Aw. He needs a hug. Give him a hug, Toa.
ああ、
Hug, hug.
ありがとう。
Give him a hug. He needs a hug. Oh! We shall save here. I have a sneaking suspicion I can screw this up and it'll be very bad. Alright, ask for details. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alright. Alright, Ray. I know you like me. Let's do this.
まあ、
Oh, yeah.
お願いできる？
Sure.
ポジティブ。
Show affection, yes.
ああ、
Don't get your hopes up.
ありがとう。
ああ。まあ、
ええ。
Okay.
そうだな。
私は平気よ。
ネガティブ。 けど、
Literally anyone would think you were hiding something.
あ
I
そうかな。
それは
You're injured again, yeah.
これは、
ネガティブ。お前、
Mm-hmm.
それで。ポジティブ。
Little give and take, I guess.
不安か。
そっか。
Yes.
ああ。あ
ああ。
Yes. Yes, you are.
レイは何に悩んでる？
Obviously his dad, right? Yeah. I wouldn't be worried about any of that. He's concerned about his dad, right? Oh, the
レイ
ripping
の
noise.
父親。
I've gotten used to this. I quite like it now. That's such a great noise now. it grossed me out
父
originally, but
親
I
に
like
は
it
会い
now.
たくないんだよな。
Right?
本人に責任を取らせるのが一番早い。
わかってる。でも、どうしても会いたくないの。あいつ、私が男が好きだって分かったら、狂ってるって言って家から追い出したのよ。
Aw, poor baby.
二度と会いたくない。むしろ、殺してやりたいくらいだわ。
Well, then let's do that.
でも
Sell his body parts.
このままだとお前が借金の肩代わりをして、最悪死ぬぞ。
Okay. Aw. Let's sell him for body parts then, right? Okay.
他には？
Mhm. All right, let's do this.
そうだろ。
Okay, what else is going on, Ray? I don't know. I seem to be poking you, but okay, poking a wound, but let's be a little kind.
なんてな。
Okay. Reply with a joke.
ああ。なら。
嬉しいわ。
Say
ごめ
nothing.
ん。
That's fine.
ああ。
We got nothing else to do.
うん。
Yeah, you know, my place is.
ポジティブ。
I'm trying to.
そうか。
ありがとね。
This doesn't make any sense.
ねえ。うん。
No, you can't just. You can't. You can't just. You can't just do that.
ネガティブ。言えよ。
Come on, Ray.
気になるな。
I wanna know. Debt? That's troubling Ray. Probably debt. Time for the
借金。
noise. Oh! Oh! Ah. I love that noise now.
借金のことだけど、
借金。
この間、お前の父親がクリニックに来た。借金のことも聞いた。向こうに期待できないなら、こっちから動かなきゃどうにもならないだろう。かなり追い詰められてるな。
Hmm. Biting his lip, Ray stared down at the floor, his fist shaking.
父親の連絡先はタクが聞いてる。
もしあの男に会うなら1対1じゃない方がいいわ。周りに人がいるところで会いたい。
Okay. Well, we can go, right? Right, Toa? We can go.
じゃないと私自分が何するか
'Cause we're
わ
pretty
かんないから。
we're pretty chill when it comes to emotional wise, and like we don't get overly emotional. About to take a slow, pained breath. Okay. Well,
あいつに会いに行くわ。でもその時はトアも来て。お願い。
okay.
あ
All right. I nodded, and the tension in Ray's face eased ever so slightly.
あ、タクはいいのか。
タクはクリニックがあるしそこまで振り回せないわ。
わかった。
Okay. He took a deep breath, filling his lungs, then looked straight at me. What's up, Ray?
よろしくお願いします。
Okay. He bowed his head, his chapped lips trembling. Oh, give him a hug. Oh, pink. Pink lips. Oh, we didn't give him a hug. That's too bad. We decided to arrange a meetup date at a later time. After I got home, I sent Taku a message. I explained that Ray had invited me over and that we talked, and that he had agreed to meet with his father. It was so late I figured Taku would probably be asleep, but instead he responded immediately, informing me that he would get in touch with Ray's father first thing tomorrow morning and ask about his schedule. I tossed my phone onto the coffee table, popped a few sleeping pills, and washed them down with a swig of booze. Don't do that. Then I laid myself down on the sofa. Then I felt like sleeping for a good long while. Quietly, I closed my eye, took a deep breath, and exhaled. As I repeated this pattern, my consciousness began to dissolve into darkness. Oh, damage. The next morning, Taku shook me awake.
泉さんに電話したぞ。ロイヤルシーサイドホテルで働いていて、12時から昼休みだから、その時間にロビーへ行けば話せるそうだ。
Okay. Royal Seaside Hotel was the same place Ray and I had gone for dessert buffet.
わかった。
No wonder he's addicted. They probably like, we'll give you a discount to go play the slots.
俺は同行できないが、お前は今日休みだからな。例の都合がつくようなら、一緒に行ってこい。
ああ。
After he left the room, I sent a message to Ray. He agreed to meet up at the hotel at noon. It was still early, but nonetheless, I got dressed and left the building. Where are we going? Oh, we just went straight to the hotel, I guess. Having arrived at the hotel early, I was sitting in the lobby having a leisurely smoke when I saw Ray walk in. He glanced around, spotted me, and made a beeline straight to me.
トアの方が早く来てるのって意外。またごめんね。
You're fine.
いや。
Ray sat down on the sofa across from me. His expression was as stiff as his movements, and all of it radiated nervous tension. It's okay, you could sit next to us. He stared down directly at his feet. His bruises looked a lot darker now than the last time I saw him. Normally, Ray would start making small talk right about now, but he wasn't exactly in the mood today. So we sat there in silence, waiting for our VIP to arrive.
すいません。
The sudden voice from behind made Ray flinch. He whirled around to find his father standing there, with slouched shoulders and his usual grating smile.
あの病院にいたスタッフの方ですよね。ということは。
I was his friend, douchebag. Ray's father gaze shifted from me to Ray. Oh! I mean, I want to, but don't be a dick. Instantly, Ray jumped to his feet, his lips trembling, his face white as a sheet.
ごめん。
No!
やっぱりちょっと
No, 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 no. Sit down, Ray. Stumbling over his words, he pressed his lips together and took off running. No! Before either of us could stop him, he dashed out through the front entrance. Poor Ray. Oh. You're a dick. With a heavy sigh, Ray's father watched him go. After he was gone, the man plopped down onto the sofa where his son was sitting moments prior.
なんというかすみませんね。せっかく来ていただいたのにどうしようもない息子で。
Yeah, you don't know. You don't talk about Ray like that. If Junko or Hanami were here, they probably would have punched his lights out for that. There's no real point in me talking to this guy without Ray present, but I decided it couldn't hurt to chat for a bit. Dude's a douchebag. He kept nervously stealing glances at my face.
あんた、息子に相当嫌われてるみたいだけど、自覚はあるのか？
That conversation about him getting kicked out must have been... Whew.
ああ、まあそうですね。
No,
借
dude.
金のことがやっぱりね。
I don't think it has to do with the debt. I mean, yes, that
嫌わ
too.
れてるのは借金の話をするより前からだ
Yeah,
ろ。
there we go. You tell him, Toa.
ズバッと言いますね。まあレイが子供の頃からいろいろとありましたから
Didn't need to make
仕
it
方がな
worse.
いことなんでしょうな。
Really didn't need to make it worse, though, Dan.
それよりさっきから気になってることを聞いてもいいでしょうか。
You can ask it, but it doesn't mean I'm going to answer. He leaned forward and inspected my face like it was a petri dish.
病院で会った時はマスクをしていたから気づかなかったんですが、あなた高里組の組長の息子さんじゃ。
Oh, I know where this is going. I'm not helping you, douchebag. I'd rather sell you for parts.
知ってるのか？
ああ、やっぱりそうだったんですね。組長さんのことはご愁傷様です。
Didn't care about my dad. Let's go. He bowed deeply, then looked up and smiled.
いやね、なんとなく似てるなとは思ってたんですけどね。
Dude, if you're trying to suck up to us, it's not gonna work.
何しろ最後に見たのはあなたがまだこんなに小さかった時だったので自信がなくて。
He held his hand out to indicate the height of a child.
実は私、あなたのご両親と少しだけ仕事をしていたことがあったんですよ。
What does this have to do with anything?
仕事？何を？
まあ、いろいろです。ちょっとした取引のような感じでね。
Well, you really must have screwed that up if you're working this job now. He mumbled vaguely, then looked up suddenly as if he just remembered something.
そうだ。組長の息子さんなら話が早い。すみません。お名前何でしたっけ？もうあまりにも昔のことで。
Is there a person in that tree? Sorry, I should be looking at him, but it looks like a person in the tree. That's interesting. Anyway, what did he say? No, I'm not helping you.
トアさん、こんなお願いをするのは本当にぶしつけだとは思うんです
I'm
が、
not getting rid of your date.
例の知り合いということであれば、
No, I said it that
な
way.
おさら
No.
借金の件どうにかなりませんかね。
Yeah, I'll knock you out and kill you, and then we'll sell your body parts. How about that for fixing this debt? He peered up at me probingly, then curled his lips in a faint smile. No, you creepy douchebag. I knew from the outside he was a leech, but it was rare to meet a guy who continually outdid himself. Yeah, I freaking hate this guy. I snorted.
俺もレイと同じで、親父は他人も同然だ。死んでも何とも思わないし、顔も思い出せない。
いやいや、そうは言っても
So?
親子じゃないですか。
They're really stuck on this father thing. I don't care.
組長さんのことは残念ですが、きっと息子のあなたが高里組に頼めば向こうも簡単に。
I will get them to off you, sir.
俺には関係ない。
At my tone, he recoiled and forced a smile as if as a defense mechanism.
じゃあせめてまた昔の仕事をさせてもらいたいんですよ。
What'd you do to screw it up?
なかなか見入りのいい仕事だったんでね。そうすれば借金もすぐに返せると思うんです。
What did you do to screw it up, though?
仕事の内容は
それはそのちょっと
Are you gonna tell me or not? Flustered, his gaze started to wander.
自分で言いに行けよ。
Yeah. I shot him down flatly, then rose from the sofa. There was no point in talking to him any longer.
待ってくださいよ、トワさん。
Go away, you're gross. Yeah, gross. I ignored the voice calling after me and headed for the exit. Ugh, what a douchebag. Outside, I found Ray standing a short distance away. He stuffed his hands into his pockets and shrank into his coat. As I approached, he noticed me and looked up sharply. You left me there with that douchebag.
急に抜けちゃって。
Oh. He stared at the ground and looked deeply guilty.
あいつと話した。
Yeah, and I couldn't stand him.
少しな。
何を話したの？
俺が組長の息子だってことを知ってた。俺の両親と仕事したことがあって、その時に俺を見たんだと。
I looked away, his expression conflicted.
知ってたのか？
あの男が高里組と仕事してるのはね。内容までは知らないけど。
They wouldn't exactly tell us either.
俺から組に借金のことを頼んでほしいってさ。
あいつ、そんなこと言ったの？
Yeah.
ああ。それか昔やってた仕事をやらせてくれって。見入りがいいって言ってたな。
何それ、最低。本当にプライドのかけらもないのね。
Scowling, he bit his thumbnail. Oh, he's gonna start
ほ
ruining.
んと、最低の父親なのよ。早く死ねばいいのにっていつも思って
The
た。
love for body parts, Ray, it helped so much.
でも、
He exhaled, and a self-depreciating smile crept on his lips.
不思議よね。じゃあ本当に死んでもいいのかって言われたら、いいって思ってるはずなのに、よくわからなくなるの。今はもう自分の気持ちもわからなくて、あいつのことが大嫌いで、会いたくないってことだけははっきりしてるんだけど、それでもやっぱりよくわからない。うまく考えがまとまらない。これが血がつながってるってことなのかな。だとしたらこんな血いらないのに。
Muttering under his breath, he fixed me with a melancholy look, his lips curled in a painful smile.
今日はもう帰るね。タクにも謝っておいてくれる？せっかくいろいろ気を使ってくれたのにごめんねって。とはも来てほしいって頼んだのは私なのに逃げちゃってごめん。でもありがとう。
Oh, sorry. I clicked. Then he turned and walked off without another word. Aw. This man needs so many hugs. So many hugs are needed. The next day, Ray called out from work yet again. The dude's going through a lot. When Taku came to wake me up in the morning, I told him about what happened yesterday. Taku listened to the whole thing, then let out a frustrated sigh.
聞けば聞くほどつくづくどうしようもない親父
I
だ
don't
な。
like him either.
それに結局レイは本人と会わなかったのか。なかなか難しいもんだ。
レイの父親が言ってた俺の両親とやってた仕事のこと何か知らないか？
Taku first met me when I was a kid, so I figured he knew my parents too. Knew he probably wouldn't have all the details, but wanted to ask anyway. He furrowed his brow, averted his gaze, and put a hand to his chin in contemplation.
高里組を介して儲かる仕事なんて、どう考えても綺麗な話じゃないだろうな。具体的なことまではわからんが。どちらにしろ、そんなことをお前が高里組に頼んだとしても、向こうが信用するわけがない。しかし、他力本願な上に反省もしないとなると、相当厄介だな。
He shook his head sadly, then suddenly glanced over at the clock on the wall.
お、そろそろ時間だ。支度したら降りてこいよ。
Okay. With that, he left the room. Oh, Ray needs a hug so bad. Someone hug him. After that, I finished my afternoon work shift like usual. Then, once it came time for the night shift, Arata and Honami showed up. In the staff room, I asked them about Ray, but neither of them knew where he was. He's probably hiding in his house again. Back at my apartment, I changed clothes and decided to go to roost. Guess I'll wander around town. Okay. Move. Making my way downtown, walking fast. Faces passing them homebound. Do. All right. The street. I need you. Do. And I miss you. And now I won. There. Sorry. Oh, Taku. What are you doing here?
Oh.
Hi. Shouldn't you be at work? Or are you on a break?
そうだな。
Okay. Let's talk, I guess.
No.
No, Onoyama-san. In her early 50s. Okay, did she die? Oh, she's passed away. Oh, that's sad. Putting her crown this illness. Plenty of tears left, but boom, heart attack out of nowhere. Yeah. Might be weird for me to say this. Can't believe it.
Negative.
I mean, yeah, everyone dies at some point. It's still sad, though. Yeah, I mean, why would you talk about it? Or talk to if it's tragic, whether it's an animal or a human being.
そうか。
Yeah. Alright. Move. So you gotta go through these things to find people and talk to them, and then you get the little conversation things that you use during the psychological dive. Alley. Look at the alley. Hey, G, hi. Hi, bestie. Hello. Hello.
Ah.
Hey, G, let's talk.
Yo.
Fun place for you, my friend.
いやいや
No.
えっと
Natto. I can't eat natto, it's gross. Just everything about it grosses me out.
Positive.
Meh. I like AG. And he won't sleep with us anyway. You don't like sweet beans?
ということは
Cookie beans? What about you, AG?
別に。
Pickles! Well, AG. I guess we can't be friends now.
そうか。
Alright, bye. I don't need to talk to you anymore. Left district, because we're going to go to Roost, so we're going to skip over Roost right now. He's a not.
とはじゃねえか。
Oh, what's up? Hi, Sakaki.
おう。
別に。
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. I feel like he's a psycho deep down. Oh, really?
Positive.
I don't know, man.
どうかな。
No, dudes do too.
いいか。
Always an explanation. Get me some paint samples. Not a doctor, counselor.
なんでも。
Alright, bye, Sakaki. Am I going to... I don't really ever need to go here. Well, we haven't been here in a while. Guess I'll make a pit stop. Yeah, I mean, we haven't been there in forever. She likes Ray, so... Oh, Igarashi, what are you doing here? I always think his belt's like... not a belt. Uh-huh. Why, everyone buys snacks. What are you talking about? Who doesn't like snacks? What type of psycho doesn't like snacks? I mean, why not? I like Igarashi.
Positive. 特には。
Yeah, not too picky. I eat whatever.
気になるっすね。
Like this.
え？
なるほど。
Yes. It'll last me a while.
あとは。
Alright. Bye, Igarashi. Gota Street District C. Can I find something? It's already there. Guess go here. Okay. Ah! Childish. Oh my gosh, yeah. Gonna talk about the naked man jumping in traffic again? Huh. Prize fights, yeah? Mm-hmm. Alright, I don't really want to talk to you. I don't know... Go to the city ruins. I don't know why I would go to the freaking hotel. Okay. Deathmatch area? I don't know. All right. Guess I'll just go to roost now, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Exploration over.
トア君、久しぶりだね。
Hi. So I'm gonna end it here. Let's see. Save. Save complete. Now let's do another save. I'm gonna keep that one on Kotaro because I have a feeling that's anyway. So yeah, I'm having so much fun. I feel like we're getting really close to the end. I can't see it going for too much longer. But anyway, I'm having a great time. We got a spicy scene, which whew, that was fun. Yeah, I love these games, and I hope you enjoy it too. And I will see you lovelies next time. Bye bye.